Welcome back to my channel. Thanks again for stopping by. Today I have another Kickstarter that I backed. This is the Lonely Dreamer Tarot. It's the 3rd edition, I believe, and it was on the thing that this is the last one they were doing. So I don't have any of them. And the box got a little beat up in shipping, which is no fault of the creator, as it was very well bubble wrapped and everything, but Canada Post, we know. So this is the Lonely Dreamer Tarot by M. Witherspoon. And it says, with insights from Dr. Esther Frankel Tishman. Again, hopefully I said all of that correctly. Here is the back, the Lonely Dreamer Tarot Final Edition. Yeah, so this is the first time I actually heard of this deck, was when it was on Kickstarter. But the box is gorgeous, and it feels amazing. Yeah, and it just has nice, I've placed there a little door opening on to the mysterious. And that's the tops, the Lonely Raven Tarot. It is magnetic and it opens like this. Don't want to burn it. Beautiful on the inside. It comes with, are these stickers? Yes, stickers. And I don't know, I didn't add stickers, so this must be something that all backers got. The only thing I did add was the expansion pack of cards. So this is Lonely Dreamer 3rd edition guidebook. It's Melissa Witherspoon and Dr. Esther Tishman. It's pretty good size. So you get a table of contents, mindful approach to tarot, then the suits. Oh, it does the suits first, then the majors, and then additional cards, which is cool. So introduction. That must be Dr. Esther Tishman. A little bit about her. And then your mindful approach. The 3Ds. And then you get into the suits. EFT insights. Is that what I think? Is that emotionally focused therapy? Or oh yeah, okay. Psychologist. So it's off of Carl Jung's 4 Functions of Human Psyche. That's cool. I had no idea that. And I love that. So the Pentacles is based off that. Let's see if the other, you don't get a card or anything, but you do get the 10 and then the EFT insight. Why is there a QR code? Okay, so it's still of Carl Jung's, which I think is, that's like a whole element. I think that's awesome. So yes, you get EFT insights for each card. That's pretty cool. And there's 144 pages, and then you get some blank pages. Oh, those are the additional cards. Okay. Okay. Awesome little guidebook. So this is, it comes with like the insert. It feels nice though. It's not plastic. It's like a, I don't even know how to describe it. Like it's styrofoam, but it's like a very soft. I don't know. It feels expensive. So here are the cards. I love the size of them. I like taking those off that way because I've damaged some cards. Okay, so they're not gilded or anything. Here are the backs, which are very beautiful. And it is linen, which everyone loves. Okay, so here are the cards. And I guess if you have the other versions, you'll be able to see if any of them are different. So it starts with the Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. Two of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. That's interesting. Four of Pentacles. And when I seen this on Kickstarter, I had like, I don't have anything like this in my deck, in my collection, sorry. And I'm the type of person where they're like, this is the final printing. Like, I'm like, okay, I gotta get it. Is anyone else like that? I did that for what was that Kickstarter? The Fat Folks, I think, where they said like they're not printing anymore. So I ended up backing that one too. I still haven't got that in yet, but. And even like the color palette is not normally like these brown oranges, but I don't know, I find I'm expanding my interest in like certain decks and styles. That I love that Nine of Pentacles. Sorry. Because like we all have some sort of like aesthetic, I guess, that we normally like, but I feel like mine is starting to expand a bit more into like things I thought I wouldn't like, but I like. And there's something about this artwork that gets to me. Like, I like the fact that it looks like it was painted on a canvas. So now we're into the wands. I love how like her shirt is, or his shirt, or is the world. Because, you know, we have, the world is at our fingertips, I guess. Or in that case, on our shirt. Three of Wands. Ooh, I like that. Five of Wands. You still get a sense of like victory here. Everyone's looking at him. he kind of has that thing that makes the crown that they have on in the original one. Oh, this is... And I like the use of colors. Like, this card seems very moody to me. And like what a Seven of Wands would be. Eight of Wands. That's beautiful. It's not just, 8 sticks, so that's nice. Nine of Wands. Okay, so I was gonna say this does not look, but it looks like there's arrows into his leg, into his side, and maybe his arms cut. So I guess there is a lot of, to me it looks like physical body pain. 10 of Wands. I love that it's black and white, because 10 of Wands to me is you are kind of at your wit's end and you need some insight of how to begin starting to see that light at the end of the tunnel again. So I like that. Page of Wands. Knight of Wands. Yeah, the color choices are just Queen of Wands. Like, normally I'm not a big fan of red, orange colors, but I don't know. This deck is something else. Ace of Cups. It looks like the bird, when you did a cannonball, the water is like rushing out. It's like going in full force. Two of Cups. Oh, that's beautiful. Three of Cups. Four of Cups. Interesting. I don't know what this is. Kind of looks like wings, or maybe like, I don't know. I guess it could be part of the mountain too. Five of Cups. I like how the ones that are spilled are in her vision, but the two that are still available are out of sight. So it's kind of like we forget that perspective of, the positive when we only focus on the negative. I love this. This is probably my favorite card. I don't know why, but I love it. It looks like a very genuine relationship between, could be spouses, mother, daughter, aunt, niece, like it could be anything, but it just feels so genuine and beautiful. I love it. Seven of Cups. It's interesting. It looks like this lava is filling some of them, but not the others. Eight of Cups. This time you're walking away from 8 upright cups. But I like how, like, in the distance it's very like sunny and bright road ahead type vision. So, leaving something behind is usually very scary, but seeing this card, it could be like, you know what, it is for the best. It is gonna open up those bright skies into something new. Interesting. Nine of Cups. It's a very dark card, when I was expected to be kind of a bit more brighter. But it looks like he's doing something he loves. Ten of Cups. This is interesting. Because normally you would see like a family looking out at a rainbow, blue skies. Here, technically, it's not your traditional family. It could be a single mom. It could be a grandmother with the baby. Yeah, I'll have to read about that one. It's interesting. Page of Cups. Knight of Cups. Queen of Cups. King of Cups. Ace of Swords. Nice. It has like a, I wouldn't say it's a unicorn, but it's like a mythical type horse. Two of Swords. This is cool. Because she's not blindfolded, but each sword is kind of covering her eyes. Wow, that is, I love like Three of Swords. I mean, it's a pretty important card in the tarot, and it's usually, I feel like the one that's not thought of the most is like a heart with three swords in it. But I love this interpretation that she's sitting there and it's kind of like three swords that are going through her heart, but they're kind of like not invisible, but maybe something we've made up in our own minds that are affecting our emotions, thoughts, etc. Four of Swords, which is interesting because it looks like this knife is like stabbing her. The Five of Swords. I like it looks like it's at, you know, the sun is just setting, but he doesn't seem happy even though he may be victorious. Yeah. Six of Swords. That's a cool perspective that you're looking kind of face on as opposed to them like riding away into the water from like behind. It's kind of like a be present type card. Seven of Swords. Eight of Swords, which is very interesting. So she's not bound up or anything. She seems to be actually enjoying her time in the wilderness. She is surrounded by 8 swords, but it looks like an easy path out of that. Yeah, interesting. Nine of Swords. This card kind of depicts how a Nine of Cards, like how everything is affected, yet our eyes are still it's like everything about us is affected. So our mind, our body, our heart. And this is definitely a card of like being caught up in our own emotions and thoughts. And so I think this is a good embodiment of it. Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords. Again, it's kind of like we're in that mindset of negativity and overwhelm, but the swords that are in us are kind of like from our own creation. So getting out of that thought process and getting out of those negative emotions, we'll start to see these swords disappear. I don't know if that's the actual, that's just what I'm getting from looking at it. Page of Swords. Knight of Swords. I love that. I love that art style. I don't know. This whole thing, the beautiful art. Queen of Swords. King of Swords. Huh, it's kind of creepy. So here are the major arcana. So we have the Fool. Which to me is interesting. The High Priestess. That's weird that it's before the Magician. Okay, wait. This is marked 1. So the Magician. The High Priestess. It's like a black and white. The Empress. Very beautiful. She's not pregnant, so that's good. The Empress. Which it's nice that like I know being a nurturer and all of that stuff, like they often depict them as pregnant, but it's nice to have some decks that don't focus on that. Ooh, I like this, the Emperor. It is sort of like manifestation. It feels a bit magical. The Hierophant. The Lovers. The Chariot. Strength. I kind of like that because it's like she embodies the lion's attitude and strength. It's like, yeah, it's nice. Ooh, I love this Hermit. I love it. She's like in the woods on a path. Or he. It's very gender neutral, which that's good for people who like to see themselves in the cards. Wheel of Fortune. Interesting, because it's not a wheel at all. Justice. The Hanged Man. That is interesting. This deck is kind of like abstract, I guess. Death. I love how death is kind of like just like a scene, and it looks like, you know, those flowers that when they die they let go of that white stuff so they could start blooming new flowers. I feel like that is like it shows like the death into the rebirth type situation, which is nice. Temperance. Interesting, you have like a whole scenery in the background that I don't think her foot is in the water, but she's near it. Interesting. The devil. The tower. That's interesting. Star. Okay. The moon. I like that. The sun. Very vibrant. Judgment. I like how it's like the stained glass from a church window. The world. So these must be the extra cards. So we have revealing, searching, embarking, awakening, confinement, and memory. So that is the deck, and this was an add-on that I added on to my Kickstarter pledge, which I forget what it is. Okay, so it's just more cards, so it's vision, the fates. Face is kind of creepy. Enigma. Obligation. Okay, that's pretty dark. There's a guy's head on the plate. Nature. Beautiful. Security. Okay. Caution. Intervention. Stoicism. And the star. I guess this could be replaced with the star that's in the deck, maybe. So let's give this a shuffle to see how it does. It's very bendy. It's not stiff. And it feels nice. It doesn't clump. It's easy to shuffle. Yep, great experience. So I'll pull one card to read so you kind of understand what it's like in the guidebook. This one. Okay, 3 of Cups. I believe the cups are at the beginning. Maybe not. So it goes pentacles, sword, or wands, cups, and then swords. So, okay, it's here's the Three of Cups. It says Ben de Venice with Andromeda and the predestined child. The predestined child and Ophelia. Three goddesses gather in nature. This card is about the journey we have with others. It represents joy, friendship, a sense of community, and our chosen family. It can also indicate celebration or even a baby. When reversed, it can mean excess, a love triangle, gossip, or warning to choose friends wisely. And then it has Mercury in Cancer. So that's quite a bit of information. It does upright and reverse, gives you the astrological sign, and then the EFT insights. Definition: celebration, community, the three graces, shining, joy, and blooming. The personification for me of what Sanskrit calls mudita, the cheer aspect of the abundant heart. Like all threes, this is about dynamic movement of life, growth in all its aspects, including decomposition and decay, aka death. Detail, or I guess D2. Melissa directly invokes the graces by calling the figures of the card goddesses. I'm struck by Empress Venus, figure on the right corner. Like so many of Radon nudes, arms overhead, hip tilted, breasts and belly exposed. This remarkable stance is once vulnerable, coy, shy, and forthright. What part of our joy is vulnerable and bare, wanting both to be seen and remain hidden? D3, discovery. I happen to draw Trump death as my clarifier today. And then when I lay the cards out on the porch to snap a pic, I just happened to lay them next to the yellow oak leaf. I'm thinking here of Shakespeare in Sonnet 73 and the melancholic joy of love. The cups are not a suit of unalloyed happiness, of course. Cups can be half empty as well as half full. It has cards nearly as full of sorrow as we find in the swords, the 5 and the 8. And it's important to realize that sorrow is already contained here in the 3. Interesting. So that's the deck, the Lonely Dreamer deck. Again, I'm happy that you could come and spend some time with me today to look at this deck. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. I'd love to hear back from any of you. If you backed it, how you feel about it, etc., or if you want it. Yeah, and if you've liked these type of videos, please like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I'm new here, so all of that is greatly appreciated. And again, I love doing tarot, I love doing oracle and all of that stuff, so stick around, and I'll see you in the next one.